Uh, New video, just hanging out, just gonna be doing some politics. What's it gonna talk about? Mhm. Mm.
They're getting.
Could hear on live now from Fox, but we do want to bring you some breaking news right now. This news coming out of Germany, putting this up on your screen, coming from Reuters. Berlin Pride Parade called off after car hits.
Yeah, I just seen this earlier today, like a pride parade. Somebody plowed into it in Berlin. Well, it happened an hour ago. Yeah, crazy.
Crowds, according to police. We also have this coming in from the police department there in Germany saying, update, we are currently deployed with numerous police forces as well as rescue units from the Berlin fire.
This is where President Trump seems so politically tone deaf. I mean, this is what we're talking about, saying, oh, you know what, it's worth it to me. You know, I'm not actually taking part in the midterm elections. But just look at this. Just look at these numbers here. Is the Iran war worth higher gas prices? And I will note this, obviously, this poll wasn't conducted in the last 24 hours. So this doesn't even take into account the most recent peak. Take a look here. 65% of Americans, we're talking 2 in 3, say, no, no, no. The Iran war is not, in fact, worth the higher gas prices. So Donald Trump is here on one end saying, you know what, it is what it is. And the American people are here on the other end completely disagreeing with him on this issue of the Iran war and higher gas prices. The American people feel the pain at the pump, and they very much disagree with the President of the United States.
Clearly, the blame for the war kind of on the president, but is it wider than that? Is the GOP also getting hit as we march towards the midterms?
This is exactly right. You know, Donald Trump isn't technically on the ballot come November, but you know who is on the ballot in the midterm elections? The Republicans in Congress. And if there's any fantasy that is out there that somehow what is going on, the blame that's being put on the White House won't funnel its way down ballot, well, I'm here to extinguish that false belief. Because just take a look here. Okay, and again, this is before the most recent uptick in the gas prices. Blame which party for higher gas prices during the war? Blame the Democrats? Just 27% blame the Democrats. Look at this lion's share. Again, this 2 in 3 number. 2 in 3 Americans blame Republicans if forced to choose between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Which party do they blame for the higher gas prices? They blame the Republican Party. So all that pain that Americans feel that they are putting the blame on Donald Trump, that idea that it won't funnel its way down the ballot, as I said at the beginning, it is a false belief. It simply put isn't true. Republicans, it is quite unlikely that they will be able to escape the blame that is being put on the White House when it comes to the ballot box come this November if the gas prices remain where they are. Remember, they're going up.
Right. And it's not surprising. They hold the House, the Senate, and the
They hold
presidency.
everything. They hold everything, Sarah. They hold all the levers of power in Washington. No wonder they're the ones that are getting blamed.
Yeah, which is not unusual. If that had been flipped and the Democrats were the same thing, it would be the same issue. I am curious about what happens with the feelings towards inflation as a whole, because all of these things hit your pocketbook. How do Americans feel about who's to blame for inflation?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Sarah. Look, this is part of a larger equation, right? The reason that Donald Trump won a second term in 2024 was because of inflation. Now the higher gas prices are disproportionately affecting and making inflation go higher. And just take a look. This is just nutter butter. This is movement that kills parties, that kills their electoral aspirations. Trusted more on inflation. You go back to October of 2024. The reason Donald Trump won that second term in the White House was because he was more trusted on inflation by 6 points over Kamala Harris. The number one issue, the cost of living, inflation is still the number one issue when it comes to Americans. But who do they trust now more when it comes to inflation? Look at this in the cost of living. Most recent Fox News poll, Democrats trusted by 10 points on inflation.
presidential election, they gave their support to Donald Trump. And like you said, that is a huge switch around.
Look at these numbers on Israel, the net favorability. They're all negative. They're all negative. Ipsos, minus 10 points. Fox, minus 11 points. MU, Marquette University Law School Law poll. Look at that, minus 20 points. Pew Research Center, minus 23 points. Negative, 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 negative. And Gallup earlier this year was also negative. We're not just talking about the Democratic base anymore. We're talking about the general electorate as well. The general electorate has turned against Israel. This is not just a left issue. It is an American issue when it comes to opinions on Israel.
What's the trend line here?
What's the trend line here? The trend line is unbelievable. Look at the trend line here. Compare this to Donald Trump's first term. At this point in Donald Trump's first term, Israel's average net favorability.
Wow.
You go back here. Look at this. It was plus 51 points. Wow, Johnny says. Wow, Johnny says, because this is what? Plus 51. It's minus 16 points in the average poll now. That is what? A 67-point shift against Israel in just 8 years. Israel used to be a consensus issue in American politics, and that was a pro-Israeli position. Now the consensus has actually shifted, and now when it comes to general electorate, it is a minus. Israel is now seen negatively, and we're seeing it in poll after poll after poll.
You just had this vote in the House where 100 Democrats voted against military assistance to Israel. How is that specific issue seen right now?
Yeah, you said wow, right? How about wow again? Take a look here. I never thought I'd see the day. Military assistance. Assistance to Israel say U.S. should reduce or end it. Overall, 55% say they should reduce or end it. And it is true across the educational spectrum. 51% of non-college graduates, 62% of college graduates. So this isn't just an issue right among white liberals in Democratic primaries. No. This is true across the educational.
Has anyone actually made it to level 4 before? If you're slightly
my intention to run for a fourth term as president of the United States. We are all doing good together. That's why tonight, to show just how much I care about the press, and I want to save your ratings, I'm pleased to announce my intention to, and this is somewhat of a scoop, my intention
I might end the stream. Honestly, I'm like kind of tired today. I'm in the stream. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, just wanted to talk about that earlier. I might end the stream.